Skates. Yeah, Pinky. I love that song.
Hi guys, this is Jessie and Stacy with Chapter 6, and we are here to do Novel Notions 10. We are back to doing our mythical creatures novel notions, and this time we're going to be doing mermaids versus fairies. So first we're going to be doing our in-depth discussion on mermaids.
Yeah.
We have most of our information from Wikipedia, a site called mysticinvestigations.com, and then there is this Animal Planet documentary called Mermaid Body Found, and we'll put a link.
It is so good. I loved it so much.
Well, now they'll never need to not watch it because they'll never know where the link is. They'll never know.
Watch it after you watch our video. But I loved it. It was so much fun.
Apparently Stacey really liked it.
I did. I was so into that. And apparently a lot of people are too, because a lot of people are taking it really seriously. But we'll talk about that later.
She called me up and she's like, oh my god, mermaids are real.
They are so real.
And I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm busy. According to Wikipedia, the first mermaid sighting was in 1000 BC in a place called Assyria. There was this goddess named Atargagus, and she was in love with a mortal man who was a shepherd, and she unintentionally killed him.
Unintentionally killing somebody, that sucks.
Yeah. Oops. Unintentional manslaughter, is that what it's called?
No, it's called secondary manslaughter when you unintentionally kill somebody. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But she felt so ashamed about unintentionally second-degree manslaughtering her mortal lover that she threw herself into the ocean to live there. I'm so sad. I'm going to the ocean.
Time out. Why would she throw herself in the ocean?
To take the form of a fish.
Did you say so she could be with him? Is that what
No.
she... Oh.
Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I just thought...
Someone's into, like...
I just thought...
Things.
Why would you throw yourself into the ocean? I just don't
Because she was ashamed. So
okay,
she was throwing herself into the ocean to take the form of a fish.
I get it.
But she was so beautiful that the ocean couldn't get rid of all of her beauty. So she's half fish and half beautiful woman. Thus, she was a mermaid.
We're going to break down the powers like we always do. So, some powers of the mermaids are hypnotic abilities, superhuman strength, telepathic abilities. They also have wicked fast swimming abilities.
Wicked fast!
They can heal really fast, and they can take on a human form in some circumstances.
Ooh. They only have two main weaknesses. One is that they are limited to the sea unless they are in their human form, and they can usually only get into their human form by some form of magical transformation. There's ways and legends, like if they go under a full moon at midnight with a cloudless sky, walk onto the beach, then their fins will transform into legs.
Or if they dry off. In some legends it says they can get completely dry, they'll turn.
If they get dry, I guess is one.
You don't believe me?
I mean, in Little Mermaid, she went to Ursula, and Ursula turned into one by magic.
But in Splash, she turned into one by drying off.
Okay, well, I didn't discredit your legend.
Yes, you
okay,
did. You did. You said, I guess. That's discrediting.
I never heard of that before.
It's because you never seen Splash.
There's all kinds of different ways that they turn into people. So
people.
And when they're in human form, this is a weakness. All their strengths are lessened. And if they get their feet into any water, then they turn back into a mermaid right then and there. So it's like, shoot. Some
origins of mermaids besides, this is like the actual creature, not in the mythical lore. So the origins of a mermaid supposedly comes from evolution, from us. Talks more about it in the documentary, and it has to do with the aquatic ape theory and how the human race has developed or evolutionized. Evolved, there we go. Evolved over the timeline, like we evolved into the Neanderthals, and we could also branch off and evolve into the merpeople, which might have some sense to it, seeming that because of so much folic acid that we got in the early primate stages is from the ocean, like the shellfish and stuff, and that's why we developed with a higher brain function than the other line. Or other animals. That's why we're so smart.
We're so smart.
Basically, breaking down some of the documentary, there's this phenomenon called the bloop, which on whale sonars, they can depict every creature on the sonar. I think it was taken back in the 60s. Bloop. Or something like that. And it's a sound that they cannot decipher. And then they...
Why did they name it that?
That's just what they call it. They just call it the bloop. And... They're discovering things about it, and during the beachings that happened in the 90s, I think, I'm not sure on my dates. They're thinking that the bloop sound is a mermaid because this bloop creature can also communicate not with each other, but also with dolphins. Some also things that have to do with the mermaid's real theory is that many fishermen, when deep sea fishing, find mysterious spears stuck in some fish, and they've never been able to guess where they're coming from, and they think that it's because it's mermaid fishing.
Mermaid fishing, yeah.
It just sounds so cheesy saying this. Like, it's real fact. Like, it's mermaids fishing. Duh, people.
Duh, get your head in the game.
Also, they think that the beachings had to do with Navy sonar testing, and these were heavy-duty equipment that they put in the ocean and that would send pulses out that would actually tear out tissue of any animals around it, and that's why all the beachings were happening.
Yeah, because they found like all the whales and stuff like were bleeding from their ears and stuff.
And that's why the beachings were happening. So this is like heavy-duty machinery that they put in the ocean that's built to withstand exuberant amounts of pressure, and somehow something was tearing up these machines. Like, looked like they were literally ripped apart and taking apart these sonar things that were killing people. Or people. It's killing people. It's killing whales, and supposedly mermaids too. Also, really cool thing that this is the things that I believe from the documentary. Like, there's a bunch of hobo stuff in there.
Hobo stuff? There's homeless people?
Hobo stuff in there.
Homeless people are
just hobo stuff. Just hobo stuff. Okay? That is not real, but there's some things in it that
are homeless people not real? Is that why you call it hobo stuff? Homeless people is a serious problem.
I just came up with the hobo as the word. I didn't mean like the hobo. We're going to look that word up later and see what the many definitions of it is.
Homeless people are real. It's a serious problem.
Dolphins in some parts of the world will actually help fishermen by driving the fish to the beach so they can then be captured in the nets. And nobody has taught the dolphins to do this. It's just things that they just naturally know how to do. And they're guessing that it's from because dolphins are used to fishing with merfolk, and we look like them. So yeah. And fishermen will even ensnare the dolphins too, and the dolphins will sit still and wait for them to get the fish and then untangle the dolphin.
Huh.
And the fishermen will feed the fish. That really happened.
It's true story.
And there's also other land animals that have evolved into the ocean.
Oh my god, this one's so cool.
Like wolves. Killer whales are a branch off of the wolf species.
What? A wolf? Big, huge killer whale?
Yes.
With the spot on it?
Yes,
like Free Willy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then
that's crazy.
Also, polar bears. Polar bears are considered an aquatic animal.
What? You didn't tell me that one!
I did tell you that one!
Polar bears too?
Polar bears are considered an aquatic animal even though they don't stay in the ocean, but they were originally just plain bears that evolved into the ocean.
I thought they evolved from wolves too. I'm like, why would they evolve from bears? I'm so confused. That's why I was so excited.
The wolves. Jessica's lost it.
I'm just really excited about the wolves.
And if you think about it, out of all the land animals, we are the ones that's closest to adapting to the water if we wanted to. We can hold our breath for a long period of time, longer than most animals can, or non-water animals can, and our bodies have fat on it that's built to retain heat, which is meant for the water as well, I guess. This is just all information. I've been just going to hear it, okay?
She watched a documentary. She got really into it.
I really got into it. And what else was there? Oh, we're almost completely hairless, except for, up here.
And here.
Well, anyway, so that makes our bodies more dynamic to the water. I'm using such technical terms right now. And our bodies can easily swim more. Because actually the human body, if you want to break it down.
Our bodies can actually swim more. Oh, okay.
If you want to break it down, the human body is not made for running, climbing, anything of that nature. What our bodies are built to do is to walk for long periods of time and swim. Some famous sightings. January 4th, 1493, Christopher Columbus reported seeing 3 mermaids playing about. He said they were not as beautiful as they're depicted in paintings, but he said their face did have some human-like qualities to it. In 1614, John Smith, the guy who married Pocahontas,
reported seeing
a real mermaid off the coast of Massachusetts. Massachusetts. I can't say
Massachusetts.
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 Oh, and some fun facts here. This is real. 2009, August 2009. In Israel, a man has offered a prize of $1 million to anyone who can prove the existence of mermaids. So I believe that our video right now is proof of mermaids.
It's gotta be.
So I will take cash or credit.
We'll take either.
Or check.
Direct deposit. We don't care.
We'll split it.
Oh, yay! I was gonna give you a high five.
Oh, yay! That a lot of people have been telling me about is the Ingo series by Helen Dunmore, and a lot of people tell me that one's really good.
Another really popular series according to Goodreads. Not for sure.
Yeah, it's according to Goodreads. It might be popular. This one might be popular because it just came out.
It's called Of Poseidon, and it's Of Poseidon Book 1, and it's by Anna Banks. So check that out.
And then another one is the Forgive My Fin series by Carolyn Childs, and I'm actually reading the second installment in that, which fins are forever.
And there's another really popular series called Tempest Rising by Tracy Deebs, and this one's actually really good, and she also has a second one out to it called Tempest Unleashed.
Another one is Between the Sea and the Sky by Jacqueline Dollamore. I'm not a big fan of mermaids. I'm going to state that now. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, mermaids do not appeal to me.
I like the mermaids.
I like them because I would probably like to be one. No, I don't even think I would want to be one.
Why? Why would you want to be a mermaid? That'd be freaking cool.
Yes, okay, yeah. I would like to be a mermaid. I'm a Pisces.
Me too.
Like fish. I know, we're so weird.
Why? Because we're Pisces?
We're both Pisces.
There's a lot of people, like,
our birthdays
1/12 of the people are Pisces.
It's because we're born so close together. Most siblings are not. Yeah, mermaids are not, they don't do it for me for some reason. I don't understand. I like them.
But you could go find Atlantis, and then you could come up and see and the moon and the cloudless sky at midnight.
I think it's because...
And be like, here's Atlantis, people!
I don't know.
And be discovered for a day.
I don't know. I think it's because the world is so...
Under the sea.
I love the Little
Darling,
Mermaid.
it's wetter. Down where... Or, darling, it's better. Down where it's wetter.
I think
Take it from me.
The world is so small in that. Because, like, if you're reading
80% of the world is the ocean.
It's like 60%, Jessica.
80% of the world. So, actually, it's smaller being a human.
Bleh.
And I read that mermaids can only reproduce in their human form. So, you gotta be on land to do that. So, like, there's really small. So, you got the whole big ocean with way less people.
Who's a funny sister? Like that one mermaid.
There's a lot of water in the ocean.
I did like that mermaids, the retelling of the Little Mermaid story where they made the mermaids different in some ways.
Sure.
So I did like that one, but yeah. Yeah.
Wow, we just went on and on for like another extra 10 minutes.
So this was our in-depth discussion, not really, of mermaids.
Listen, mermaids are pretty, like, cut and dry.
Yeah, because, again, they were like unicorns. A lot of the information about it is the same kind of lore with different versions. You know, person in the water, half human, half fish, and then just a bunch of sightings of people who've seen them, but nobody really famous.
Except for Christopher freaking Columbus.
And
he only discovered America.
And John Smith. That's the only two famous sightings I found. But on the unicorns, there was like 20 famous people who've seen them. Yeah, Christopher Columbus saw a mermaid and a unicorn. Christopher Columbus. That was the nominations. We hope you guys liked it. Bye.
Good sign off.